We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. Arturo Gatti. He stands at 5'8" tall. This man has never been in a boring fight. And he'll be facing King Rai, Ryan Garcia, 5'10" tall. He weighed in at 135 pounds, and he's got a reach of 70 inches.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
Arturo Thunder Gatti, the blood and guts warrior king. No one has as big a heart as this fighter. King Rai, Ryan Garcia, one of the brightest stars in all of boxing. This Southern California native is must-see TV.
Oh, pure bad blood.
And now for the official introductions. We turn it over to the world-renowned Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 15 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, the blood and guts warrior, the Hall of Famer from Jersey City, New Jersey, a super lightweight champion of the world, Arturo Thunder Gatti. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Victorville, California, here is the exciting boxing sensation, King Rai, Ryan Garcia.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
So, all the talking's done. Now, let's get down to action.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? A straight right just misses. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Stamina is off the charts. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight. Counter punch is smart.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? Catch and shoot. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Punch, counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Okay, focus. Big, deep breaths. Big, deep breaths.
Good work. That's it. Now breathe. Just get your breath back.
Breathe. You've been coasting this fight, and now you're going to let him get back in.
Here we go. It's round two. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punching. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Neither fighter willing to slow down. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter shot. Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. Did well to block that right hook. One punch can change the entire complexion of this fight. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it's like...
I need you to switch back on.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears it.
Hold on, got to cut you off here, Johnny. And this fight is over. What a blow to the head there. Let's...
Listen to me. Are you okay?
It happened. You saw it here live. A knockout win. Congratulations.
Well, there's no argument right there. You said it.
My castle of sand, waiting on the battle store, handle all in my hand. The war force is more toward my door with demands more important than the fortune that you poured in my pan. From freestyling to recording advance, can you please reinforce all my borders and bands? I should have put it towards some plans. Want a forest, gotta water some plants.
So we're going to fight in Atlantis. Why not? Hope you brought your raincoat and your flippers. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. This is Canelo Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. Up against them, Lupe Fiasco. Man, this guy has done it all in music, a true... This is Canelo Alvarez, a 4-division multi-time world champion Quite simply, one of the greatest of all time. Lupe Fiasco may not have much experience fighting in the ring, but on the streets, he says he's undefeated.
Look at this. These fights are so up for it. Look at that.
And with that, let's go into the ring and the Hall of Fame announcer himself, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 15 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red.
A lot of trash talk. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. A well-placed hook. Oh, that right uppercut scored. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Good counter punching. Good counter punch. Beautiful counter punch. What an upset here as Alvarez goes down. Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again. So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. I think he's out of there.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Punches have to hurt. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. They're in trouble. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. So it's plan B. Here we go for round two. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally, they're about to go at it in the ring.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. A perfect counter shot. Throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. Both men step back for just a moment. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Missing with the hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last
next round.
That bell could... The bell rings and we start the third. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
There's a counter shot. Nice exchange here from both men. This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside and winning round after round.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement with left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
Just missed with that hook. He threw the hook, didn't land. Couldn't land that jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That counter shot lands. Failing to score with that right hook. And that hook misses. Nice counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Carlos Alvarez. Here we go to the fourth round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Both of these fighters have the conditioning to go the distance, no problem. They also have the power to end this with one punch. That hook doesn't score. Not a lot of defense here at all. How about that time counter shot? One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Swing and a miss with the left uppercut. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Carlos Alvarez in that last. And there's the bell for round 5. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
That right hook catching air.
counter shot.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
That jab doesn't score. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
There's a lot on the line here.
Don't worry about that round. Just go out there and let me worry. That's it. Now, quick.
This is the beginning of round 6. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round.
The referee might need to take a point here. The stamina is off the charts. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Missing with the hook. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. What a massive upset this would be. How about Alvarez in that last round? Stamina is always an issue. Here we go. It's round 7. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Looking to land the hook. The right hook just missed. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. The building is going bananas. Will they see a huge upset here? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? And there's the bell to start round 8. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident, he's comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out the way, box him. Frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Big shot, and Alvarez is on the canvas. And that body shot folded him like an old... So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell...
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
Can make or break...
Both fighters starting to get tired as we start round 9. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Perfect counter lands. Punch, counter punch. Only catching air with that hook. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheat...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? And that was it. That was the big shot we were waiting for. A much better game plan here.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Can they fit? Whoa, wait a minute. And they got caught. That was... Whoa, wait a minute. What a massive upset this would be. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
So much for defensive abilities. And down goes Lupe. And as we watch it again, that punch took the wind out of him and the will to continue.
A shot from the gods took him out.
1, 2, 3, 4. Are you okay?
Let's talk about Lupe in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
I love the respect.
This is the 10th. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And Lupe goes down. I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
That's lights out right there.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work. Whoa, wait a minute. Will the referee stop it? And Lupe cannot take anymore. How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me your ball.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
This may do it. It's all coming to an end. The referee will send them to the corner and take a look at the cuts. To the relief of the fans here, this fight will continue. Let's talk about Lupe in that last round. They say no one knows a fighter better than their trainer, and this trainer is certainly considering maybe throwing in the towel. And there's the bell for round 11. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Catch and shoot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are honest, fast, sharp, powerful. It hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Well done with that counter shot. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. He somehow weathered the storm.
Defense, defense, defense is everything, because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just...
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Why weren't they covering up? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Lupe in that last round. That cut is going to cause some problems. They might want to call a doctor over.
Cornerman, get your job done. Do it right.
And there's the bell for round 12. What an action-packed round that was. Let's see what they have in store for us here.
How much energy did they use?
Whoa, hold on a second, Johnny. Whoa, and you saw the balance, Joe. The knees, the foundation, rocked. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? One at a time when it goes back to the corners. How are they going to get through this?
Good defense blocking that right uppercut. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what?
Oh my God, Johnny! The defense failed them. And what else could they do but to take a knee here?
Absolutely gassed out, didn't know what to do, and hurt on top of that.
Just missing with the uppercut. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Lupe in that last round. That cut is going to cause some serious problems.
Man, oh man, you know what? He's got to hope the referee doesn't jump in and stop it.
Getting your time in already.
Listen, you've switched off. What are you doing?
I need shots in there. Bury it up a little bit so he can't figure you out. Great.
Come on. You've let him back into this. You're better than this.
Down the middle. You can't miss him. Great. Stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. Great round. And I don't want you to load up. Don't be looking there for a one-shot.
It's not over yet. You got a gap.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. They're up and ready to go. Surely this round won't be as good as the last one.
Good work the last round. Be smart. Don't get too braggadocious. You'll get turned over and walk into a shot. And that's the last thing you want.
That jab won't score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice defense on that jab. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their Whoa, wait a minute! Why weren't they more... Uh-oh, and it's a fiasco for Lupe. He goes down. And look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 you're out. So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.